It could be both, depending on who's posting and what they're posting. I mean, if we're trash talking teams, that's definitely negative because it shows us as a weakness, but if we're just supporting our program, then that's definitely a positive. Get people into the stands.
Oh, I think it's great. I think it's very positive, and it can be very positive. I think, the thing about it is I like it. I'm not very savvy with it. I know my coaches are, my players are. I am on Twitter a lot, but I don't follow like the everyday, John Does and all that. I follow celebrities that I'm never going to meet and all that kind of stuff. So I don't pay attention really to too much. Other than that, I don't do Facebook. I just don't. My wife does. So if I need to find something out, she can kind of do that for me. But I think that's the way everything has gone, and I think that's the way everything's going. So I think things like this are fantastic. But and social media can be negative, and when it can be kind of ugly. But as long as it's a positive and all that, I think it's great. I think it's great.
I mean, there's positivity to it, because sometimes some coaches can look on there from college and stuff, see who you are and how you are as kind of as a person. But then there's the negative side when kids start talking smack to each other, and that's we don't stand for that around here.
I think it's great. Honestly, it's probably one of the only reasons I'm getting recruited right now by people, because I really try and put myself out there, because not very many people want a 5'6" kid. So put it out there, get your highlights out, talk to coaches, and just stay in close contact, and it'll take off from there.
Social media, so Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, I'm on all of them. I embrace it. I think that it's fun. Our kids are on those sites. They look at the things that are put out there. Now, on the flip side of it, it can be detrimental to a program if the wrong things are put out there. If our kids aren't using those things wisely, it's something that we have to discuss. It's something that we have to talk about as a group, and having the responsibility of being on a team, being part of something that's bigger than yourself, and not putting things out there that are inappropriate for our school district is really, really important. But our kids have done a great job with it, and I think it's fun. I have a lot of fun with it anyway.
A great thing is it gets your name out there. Small schools like us, is really hard to get noticed by these big school colleges and stuff, but I think it's a great tool overall if you use it the right way.
We have a very good tight end from Orion who is going to Iowa, and it's cool to see how he's getting all these offers from all the other schools, and it's just cool that I can retweet and see that. And then Newman's quarterback just committed to Illinois State, and he's actually one of my good friends. Congrats to Landon for that. And I honestly think it's a positive thing, because it just shows, it's another way to show off how hard you're working and how much results you're coming off in the weight room.
I'm not a social media fan, to be honest with you. I love the good it has with it, but the bad that comes out of it sometimes is just atrocious. So I can take it or leave it, to be honest with you. But I'm not a computer guy at all. So I'm too old for that. I guess you can't teach an old dog a new trick or whatever you want to say. But I just see there's a lot of bad that comes out of it, and I hate that stuff. And as a dean of students here, I've had to deal with it a few times, and I don't like doing it. But I think there's a heck of an advantage for people to learn through it, though. And that's important. I just wish there some way you could pull on the reins a little, to make it a little more positive.
Yeah, I think social media definitely has its place, because you get to see what everybody else is doing, as well as let people know how far ahead of them you are. It can also be a double-edged sword too if you don't use it right. So we've been preaching to our guys to stay smart on social media, and I think we've done a pretty good job of that.
Some people are dumb with it, so I try and stay back. I have it, but I don't really post a lot. If I do, it's kind of about the sports world. It's also good because you can get out there. It's really easy. You can make a Huddle account and share it, and thousands of people can see it, and it's really a good way to get noticed, but it's also got its downfalls.
Before our playoff game last year, I know a couple of players we got into contact with the other team, and we just kind of talked, and it was good. It added to the feel of the game. It made the players feel more real than they normally do, since we normally don't know who they are. You might know one or two people, but actually talking to them, it just made it seem more it was a real thing than just, you know, playing against random people, random things.
I think Twitter is personally the best place for football because, one, it's easy to get looked at for college, and you know, just seeing what other teams are doing for the season, how they're working, and see what you can pick up from them, you know. Other than that, I don't think staying away from talking to other teams is probably the best.
It's the way our society is, so you have to attack it, you have to embrace it. Now, I am a social media guru, so to speak. They give me a hard time about it, but you know, we have our Twitter account, we have a Snapchat account, we do that. I mean, we like to have access where people can see and get excited about our program. Now, we also have entailed an inside team rule that, you know, any social media, whatever you put on there, I'm subject to see, and subject to disciplinary reasons or issues if that comes down. We don't really have that. Our kids, they don't post too much. They're really conscious. We educate them about how to handle social media, you know, things of that nature. Like I said, we don't have too many problems. I mean, not to say that we're perfect, but you know, I think embracing it and educating it, that's the best thing that you can do for it. And, you know, and it's really great for us to get our name out there and get branded a little bit. So that's something we're very excited to do.